Well, an autobiography of restaurateur Jeff Ruby is out this holiday season. Who better to talk about it than, of course, Jeff Ruby himself. Thank you for coming in. It's called Not Counting Tomorrow, The Unlikely Life of Jeff Ruby. And I got to say, first and foremost, this is going to, the proceeds go to feed the children. You're not really making money off of this, right?
Oh, no, I didn't do this for money, no.
But you had a good time doing it because your life has been fantastic. It should be called The Fantastic Life of Jeff Ruby.
Well, Chris Collinsworth came up with the title Runaway Success. And I said, well, no, that sounds braggadocious, but you know, he wanted it. In fact, he did the forward, and he's still complaining that it wasn't called. But my publisher didn't like it, my writer didn't like it, and the copywriter didn't like it, copy editor didn't like it.
Because you really are a rags to riches story. I mean, you started out on the mean streets of Jersey, right?
Well, I was homeless at 15. I raised myself. I found out who my real father was my senior year of high school. It wasn't my first father.
That's a tough thing.
And I had a football coach that took me under his wing my sophomore year of high school, and without him I wouldn't have made it.
No.
And that's why I do what I do ever since for kids. He changed my whole life, and I've taken it upon myself. My calling has been helping kids, and I've helped a lot of kids in their lives, that, especially ones without dads. And I've been scrutinized, I've been analyzed, and I've been criticized for that. And maybe if they read the book, these people that wonder my motives for being with kids so much and doing what I do for kids, maybe they'll empathize instead of.
And really, you were telling me there are so many stories in here, but so many that you completely forgot about, and you wish you just had more time to put them in there. There's some outrageous stuff in here, right?
Well, I mean, there's so many things, but I mean, I've been somewhat of a rebel, somewhat of a renegade, somewhat arrogant over my years.
No.
Yeah. But I've always had a deep heart, I've always been generous, and I've always been truthful. I'm emotionally honest. I was 22 years old, for example. I'm working as an assistant innkeeper at the Holiday in Fort Mitchell. And a guy comes in there on Labor Day. Everybody had checked out. I'm the only employee in the place. And he comes in this office, this little office, puts a Colt 45 to my head, the barrel as long as a foot-long hot dog, and says, all right, open this safe, I want all the cash from the weekend. There's a lot of cash in there from the holiday weekend. And I said, I don't know the combination. Well, I knew the combination. And he says, well, I said, I don't know the combination. He says, he opened the effing safe. I said, I don't know the combination. So we played this game, and I'm bluffing. He says, I will blow your effing brains out. You open the effing safe. I said, well, now you're really effed. I'm effed? How am I effed? He's got the gun to my head. I said, well, if you do this, you will be in more trouble. If you kill me, you'll be in more trouble than you are now, because you will never get the money if you kill me, and you'll be in more trouble. So you are, you know, so I mean, a guy puts...
But here's the thing, unfortunately we're out of time. You got to read this book. It's called Not Counting Tomorrow, The Unlikely Life of Jeff Ruby. He'll be at Joseph Beth Booksellers tomorrow night at 7 to get all the stories, to get all the great information, and to find out why you kicked O.J. Simpson out.
I don't take orders from anybody, even if they put a gun to my head. I just don't do that.
We'll be right back.